A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. It's a wonderful Monday, and we are heading towards Christmas. This is the festive season. We've seen people have started traveling, and I just want to start by wishing you a prosperous festive season. So, getting into our story, Mugabe's rightful successor, Phelekezela Mphoko, has been celebrated by the G40 leaders, with Dr. MZEMBI saying that go well VP Mphoko. Many do not know, though, that you were the rightful claimant to the presidency after Mugabe, but you chose to let go without a contestation to the throne, probably too overwhelmed at the time by events and the euphoria and military support of your nemesis. I still can't understand why you were also conveniently absent during the coup, creating a vacuum which we struggled to deal with after your co-pilot ED had self-exiled in RSA. I write not in any bad taste, but to keep these issues around November 2017 as factual as possible, as there has been many revisionist versions of the 2 weeks. Of these two contentious 2 weeks. Whilst I appreciate and express pronouncement of your hero status by the president, I am also not blind to your troubled 7 years, where you were in courts, in and out, probably dying with that albatross on your neck, only to be declared an automatic hero. Why are we those persons who want to nurse comrades in their graves and honor them posthumously, but are unable to peacefully coexist with them in real life? Let's turn a corner and unite our nation going forward, knowing we all end up as dust sooner rather than later. May his soul rest in peace. So Dr. MZEMBI had to thank Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF for honoring Mphoko with the national hero status. So this is what is happening at this point in time. Phelekezela Mphoko died in India. So these are part of our problems. These are people who are part of our problems, people who failed to tell each other the truth, to push for hospitals to be built right here in Zimbabwe, for service delivery to actually happen right here in Zimbabwe, to cater for all. But he's normal. He died in India, and plans are underway to repatriate his body back to Zimbabwe. A lot of people are asking whether he's going to be buried at the National Heroes Acre, or he will be buried in Matabeleland at his home. We do not know what the family is going to decide. But as from the ZANU-PF side and the government side, they've decided to give him a hero status, which means there is a great likelihood that he will be buried at the National Heroes Acre. So Dr. MZEMBI was responded to, and Bashona ZANU-PF Murakashi said that Mphoko received his benefits from President Mnangagwa's administration, and he says that he was simply facing the law as supposed to happen and clear the allegations which were surrounding him, or which were leveled against him. So it seems as if Dr. MZEMBI is not so happy with how he believed Comrade Mphoko was being abused by the current ZANU-PF leadership. So Pagungwa says, you can't thank ED, the same tormentors of late Mphoko, despite being diplomatic. The coup ruined Mphoko. Let's be men of principles and integrity. So a lot of people are asking, how was Mphoko going to be the rightful president after the removal of Robert Mugabe? But what we need to understand is that Robert Mugabe resigned. It was the forced resignation. But the moment Robert Mugabe resigned, according to the constitution of Zimbabwe, Mphoko immediately became an acting president in Zimbabwe. And he was not going to be removed, just like what happened to say Mnangagwa will come back and take over. There is no constitutional provision in the nation of Zimbabwe to deal with that, to allow Mnangagwa to take over within that period. So Mphoko was supposed to take over immediately. Robert Mugabe resigned. Mphoko was the only serving vice president during that time, which means he would have taken over the leadership of Zimbabwe. For Emmerson Mnangagwa to be able to take over, Robert Mugabe was supposed to reappoint him, make him take the oath of office, he was also supposed to be the last acting president. So, you know, it's something else. It's something very, very important. Our constitution was decimated left, right, and center. It doesn't matter whether we agree or not, it was decimated, which means I agree with Dr. Walter MZEMBI and some people who are believing or saying that Phelekezela Mphoko was supposed to be the acting president up until ZANU-PF resolves who then takes over. Then that is the only situation and condition which would have ushered in Emmerson Mnangagwa. So if Mphoko had taken over, it was unlikely that Emmerson, who had been fired from ZANU-PF, Mphoko being in charge of both the ZANU-PF and the presidency, it was going to be very difficult for the return of Emmerson Mnangagwa into Zimbabwe, which means they were going to have another person as a leader, probably as a presidential candidate for the 2018 elections. So it happened, Emmerson Mnangagwa came in, and we still have him. So Michael Lawrence says, ED, have you seen what has happened in Syria? Yes, that is a sign. We always talk about time to say each and everything, according to Ecclesiastes. And the time of Syria has come, so it is what it is, Team Zimbabwe. I was not available over the weekend. I had a pressing issue over the weekend, but we are back. We have to start our fresh week and continue to talk as usual. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming this morning. I love you all, and I wish you a happy festive season. Thank you very much.